Hello and welcome. This is Codex Games, bringing you the latest from the world of Torchlight Infinite. In today's episode, we'll be talking about Spider Tank Charge Calling Moto. Without further ado, let's get started. Welcome back. Let's take a look at Moto's kit. Charge Calling and Order Calling Moto has essentially the same mechanic, with the exception that Charge Calling can summon an additional minion. When you use or trigger summon skills, your minions get overload for 3 seconds. This has a 9-second cooldown. Although it is not stated in-game, using a summon skill consumes gauge points. Our gauge is indicated by this icon, and it automatically recovers in 9 seconds. Overload is a minion buff that grants plus 25% attack and cast speed as well as a 30% chance to deal double damage. For this build, we'll ignore the attack and cast speed bonuses and instead focus on the chance for minions to deal double damage. Let's start by selecting our hero traits. At level 13, we unlock Surprise Force. When minions lose overload, they will initiate self-destruct. At level 32, we'll get Quick Battle, for minions to gain overload as soon as they are summoned. Also, minions automatically initiate self-destruct. And Faster Overload Cooldown Recovery Speed. At level 50, we unlock Preparation. Players automatically collect nearby mechanical parts. Huge hero gauge cooldown reduction when picking up mechanical parts. Up to 52.5% chance to drop mechanical parts when using summon skill. In addition, another minion can be summoned. At level 62, let's pick Guerrilla Tactics. Automatically triggers our minion main skill when a mechanical part is picked up. When maximum mechanical parts are collected, we gain up to 60% additional self-destruct damage, and up to 75% skill area. At level 80, let's pick Meaningful Death. Minions now have 20% chance to drop a mechanical part when hitting elite enemies. And for every mechanical part recently picked up, we gain plus 5% overload effect. In addition, for every plus 2% overload effect we gain, we also get plus 1% additional damage. This really demonstrates how simple and uncomplicated Moto is. And that concludes our hero traits. Let's move on to the next. In this chapter, we'll put together the stats we'll need to tie up nicely with our main skill. Because this is a minion build, keep in mind that the majority of these stats will be for minions. Here are some noteworthy stats to consider. Minion damage and minion max life. Flat max life increase, percentage max life increase. And also, life regeneration. Cooldown recovery speed. Aura effect is also a great bonus. All skill level modifiers such as main skill level, spell skill level, active skill level, and minion skill level. For damage multiplier, let's get minion's chance to deal double damage and minion critical strike rating. Character stats, critical strike damage and critical strike chance. And for this to take effect to our minion damage, we have to get critical strike rating and critical strike damage are also applied to minions. That concludes our list. In the following chapters, we'll begin building our talent trees and gears. So, obtaining these stats will be our top priority. Choosing a talent tree can make or break a build. Talent nodes provide distinct boosts to a character's base stats, increasing our potential for damage. For this build, we'll use God of Machines, Machinist, and Alchemist. Let's pick the nodes for God of Machines. The major talents should be Orders, for plus 20% additional minion damage. Mighty Guard, for plus 3 minion skill level. I chose the following minor talents. Let's pick the nodes for Machinist. The major talents should be Broken Shell, for improved barrier damage absorption. Kinetic Conversion, minus 20% damage taken while moving, and 100% chance to gain a barrier for every 5 meters you move. I chose the following minor talents. Let's pick the nodes for Alchemist. The major talents should be Empower, adds 25% of max life and max energy shield to barrier absorption. Active Superflux, regenerates 3% mana per second. And Overflown mana regeneration applied to life. I chose the following minor talents. This brings us to the end of the talent trees. See you in the skills chapter. It's high time we set up our skills. I'll list our active skills as well as the supporting skills that go with them. In addition, I'll include the important reasons for using each support skill below each skill icon. Let's get started with our main skill. Summon Spider Tank. As our main summon minion skill. For support skills, put in Steamroll, Minion Damage, Mechanical Modification, Critical Strike Rating Increase, and Critical Strike Damage Increase. For mobility, let's set up Blink. Let's support that with Cooldown Reduction, Quick Mobility, and Emergency Avoidance. Next, let's also set up Flame Pillar. For support skills, put in Mark, Sentry Modification, Multifaceted Guard, Increased Area. Next, let's also set up Resurrection Warcry. For support skills, put in Lion's Roars, Residues, Emergency Restoration, Armor Infusion. For our last active skill, we'll get Vulnerability. For support skills, take Abysmal Hatred, Extended Duration, and Efficient Cast. Moving on to our passive skills. For our first passive skill, let's get Precise Auto Defense. Let's support that with Delayed Pain, Cooldown Reduction, Frost Shield, and Extended Duration. Our second passive would be Precise Weapon Amplification and Fearless. Let's support that with Restrain. For our last passive skill, it will be Precise Swiftness. For support, Seal Conversion. Let's see how everything comes together now that we have all our skills in place. Our skill combo begins with Planting Flame Pillar to mark enemies, Vulnerability debuff, and Summon Spider Tank. This concludes our skills chapter. See you in the next one. Our guides have always focused on understanding the base mechanic of a character, and capitalizing on them to maximize our damage potential. We did this on purpose because we knew the stats of our equipment would differ. While we prefer that you use the equipment we recommend as much as possible, you are welcome to experiment with alternatives, as long as you keep to our priority stats. We'll go about it like this. In the column on the left, I'll recommend the equipment that is currently the best in slot for this build. In the first column on the right, I'll put in an alternative equipment that would be just as good. And in the rightmost column, I will add an early game option that you can get once you've unlocked the trade house. The corroded stats will be in dark purple, just like in-game. The orange markers will represent non-negotiable core stats that we must get. And grey stats, these are optional stats where we can put anything that we lack. Now that we have that settled, let's get started. Here is my recommendation for helmet. For armor, let's get the best necklace I recommend for this build is for gloves, I suggest getting, and the belt that I advise you to get is. Here is my top boots recommendation. My recommended weapon choice. And for our rings. For our hero relic and hero memory, I would suggest moving on to packs. That brings us to the end of our equipment chapter. See you in the next. Congratulations! This is the final chapter of the guide. That was a lot of information to take in, so feel free to go back and review the chapters if necessary. While this is a very good and enjoyable build to play, it does have some drawbacks. There is so much more that this build can improve on, and we are certain that we have missed some things that would actually improve this build even more. If you have any thoughts, please leave a comment below so that we can include your ideas into our future guides. Overall, I hope you enjoyed this as much as we did. We would also appreciate if you would support us by liking this video and subscribing to us. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.